Okay, good morning, everybody. We have spoken a lot about illegal immigration. We've spoken a lot about what's been happening in the Channel, and the public are very, very focused on illegal immigration because of the scale of it, the unfairness of it, and of course the repeated promises that successive governments make that they'll do anything worthwhile to deal with it. 3 have been returned, the government, a great victory. 3 have been returned to France, and that was announced on the day that over 1,050 came in. So nothing consequential is going to happen on that score. But there's been too little debate about legal immigration, too little debate about the consequences of what happened from, and you remember the days of Peter Mandelson boasting how they were going to open the doors. And indeed, for 20 years, I've been asking questions about the sheer number of people coming into this country, the impact that it's had on housing, on health, on roads. But I've been told for 20 years to shut up and go away because it's good for the economy. It's good for the economy, and that is all that matters. Well, quite how you measure quality of life against the economy, I don't know. But now we're beginning to learn the truth, that simply what we've been told on this wasn't true. Far too many that have come don't work, have never worked, and never will work. The ability to bring dependents of all kinds. And when you realise that most that come are very low skilled and on very low wages, you start to get a very, very different picture. In fact, you start to get a massive benefits bill. So I want to be absolutely clear at the outset that we are here to make massive future cuts to welfare spending. I promised we'd announce this or something like this at our conference a few weeks ago. We are the party that will make massive cuts to welfare spending. And if we don't, well, what is coming down the track will best part bankrupt us, although some might say we're almost there, looking at the 30-year gilt yields this morning. Under a reform government, welfare will be for UK citizens only. It will not be for foreign-born nationals. Indeed, we'll become like most normal countries in the world. And in particular, what we're focusing on this morning is the Boris wave. The Boris wave after his huge victory in 2019, and I think the millions that came in the years of his premiership represents the greatest betrayal of democratic wishes, certainly in anyone's living memory. This is not what Brexit voters wanted, and it's certainly not what any Conservative voter wanted from 2010 onwards, where in election after election after election they were promised that net migration would come down to tens of thousands a year, and we learn it was up to, in the worst year, 1 million, although we haven't yet got the revisions. By the time they come in, it almost certainly will be over 1 million. The anticipated cost of the 800,000 plus who will qualify for indefinite leave to remain over the course of the next 3 to 4 years, the anticipated cost of this group of people is a staggering £230 billion. It is absolutely an eye-watering sum of money. We will not only say that these people do not qualify for indefinite leave to remain, we will abolish indefinite leave to remain as a category in this country. Zia will lay out in a minute the... Oh dear. That's not very good, is it? Well, things go wrong, hey. We'll laugh and carry on. Zia will outline the visa scheme in just a moment. But, you know, you come on a work visa. You can't bring a dependent with you. You can't claim benefits. And, of course, there'll be a route to citizenship, but a much tougher route to citizenship than we currently have. As I say, we will become like normal countries all over the world. And it's vital that we do this and vital that we get it right. This is grossly unfair on taxpayers. They are being absolutely hammered to pay for people who are not British citizens. And in terms of the national debt, which I touched on earlier, well, we've got major, major problems looming there already. We are not the world's food bank. It is not for us to provide welfare for people coming in from all over the world. The 800,000 people that will get indefinite leave to remain unless this policy is revoked tend to be young, tend to be low-skilled. They are going to be a huge burden on the state. And yes, of course, there's been debate in the newspapers this morning about those already here with indefinite leave to remain, and we just don't know. We don't know, because the figures aren't available, just how many of those are currently claiming benefits. What we do know is that 1 in 6 claimants of universal credit alone today, 1 in 6 is a foreign-born national. We don't have the relevant figures for PIP and many of the other benefits that are available. Getting numbers out of this and the last government has proved a very difficult thing to do. So yes, we'll have work visas, and I've made it very, very clear. You come here to work and you're working. And what we're announcing today is, without doubt, a very bold set of proposals. It takes us away from where the debate in British politics has been for the last 25 years, but it does actually put the British people first. And that's why the document is entitled Prioritising UK Citizens. And that is the right, proper, decent and fair thing to do.